Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a real mystery where neuroscience meets our own senses. Picture this, okay? You've got two people sitting side by side, listening to the exact same ASMR track. They're hearing the identical crisp whispers, those delicate brushing sounds, but their physical experiences completely different. Why on earth does the exact same sound affect two bodies so differently? Well, let's figure it out.
Okay, let's dive into this contrast. Think about listener A. They hear the whisper, but absolutely nothing happens physically. No response. Then you look at listener B, and they're getting this soft, comforting wave of tingles washing right over their scalp and down their neck. Same sound, same headphones, but a totally different reaction. And you know, the difference here isn't about one person having better hearing or fancier equipment. Actually, it comes down to a hidden, internal sense that literally governs how we experience the world.
So, Section 1, Unlocking Interoception, our hidden internal sense.
Right, so what is interoception? Basically, it's the brain's ability to sense internal body signals like breathing, heartbeat, temperature, and muscle tension. It's how you just kind of know your heart is racing, or you feel that exact moment your shoulders finally drop after a long day. A lot of us tend to think ASMR is all about the outside stuff, the whispering, the tapping, the crinkling, right? But looking at this definition, it's clear ASMR isn't just about external sounds. It's hugely about how your brain listens to your own body after that trigger actually hits your ears.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the metaphor here. Imagine ASMR like a quiet knock on the door. The sound is the knock. Interoception is whether your body hears the door open. I just love that. The trigger you're playing is really just half the equation. It's a two-way street. You could have someone knocking on the door all day long, right? But if your internal awareness, your interoception, isn't tuned in to hear it, you're just not going to feel that wave. Moving into Section 2, the science of tingles, a brain-body event. Take a look at the contrast here. On the left, we've got external triggers. This is the stuff we always talk about, right? Whispering, tapping, brushing. But check out that right column, internal signals, heartbeat, breath, temperature. Now, the ASMR community spends so much time obsessing over that left side, but the true intensity of your tingles actually relies on integrating that right side. It's the marriage of the external sound with your own internal shift that actually creates that physical sensation. And hey, we've got the receipts to prove it. A 2021 study by Roberts and colleagues found that heightened sensory sensitivity actually predicted how strong ASMR feels. Specifically, they linked stronger ASMR to greater interoceptive sensitivity. Plus, you've got Porio and her team back in 2018 proving that ASMR produces very real, reliable physiological changes, like measurable relaxation. What does this mean in plain English? Basically, people who are more naturally tuned into their own internal bodily sensations are just way more likely to feel intense ASMR. It is a brain-body event, guys. It's not just all in your head. This whole brain-body connection explains so much. Like, why do tingles almost always start at the scalp or the neck? Well, these are areas rich with simulated social distance and care. You see, your brain is essentially a prediction machine. So when it hears a close, gentle whisper near the ear, it's not just passively playing an audio file, it's actually preparing for gentle, non-threatening touch. Because those spots are so socially important for grooming and care, your predicting brain readies the area, and your interoceptive system translates that prep work into an actual physical feeling. And this brilliantly illustrates a really cool leap forward. Fast forward to 2024, where a fascinating study by Peng and colleagues pushed this whole concept even further. What they did was add vibrotactile feedback, so actual touch-like physical signals, into an ASMR-style VR experience. And guess what? It massively increased tingling, comfort, and relaxation. Now, let's be clear, you absolutely do not need a VR headset to enjoy ASMR. But what this proves is that when external sound and physical body sensations actively reinforce each other, the entire experience levels up. It becomes so much stronger. All right, on to Section 3, Safe Body Awareness Experiment. A simple experiment. Now, before we jump in, we do need a quick safety check. Caution. Body awareness is not always relaxing. For some people, aggressively scanning their body or focusing heavily on a heartbeat can actually spike anxiety or make physical discomfort feel way more obvious. So please, never try to force ASMR. If you know you're super sensitive to bodily sensations, it is 100% okay to just keep your sessions brief. Remember, the goal here is comfort, not some clinical exam of your biology.
So keeping that in mind, I want to walk you through a super safe 3-step listener experiment. It's a great way to gently engage your interoception. Step 1. Choose an easy, gentle trigger. Don't go for the loudest or wildest one, just something familiar and soothing. Step 2. Before the audio really ramps up, just notice one neutral body signal. Maybe it's how your hands feel resting in your lap, or the cool air as you breathe in. Just ground yourself. And step 3, once the ASMR starts, just gently ask yourself where you notice the first change. We're just creating a soft listening environment, observing without any judgment at all.
Try to pose this question to yourself during your next session. Where do I notice the first tiny change? You know, the goal isn't to aggressively chase tingles. You're just casually searching for a subtle softening. Maybe it's your jaw unclenching just a tiny bit. Maybe your forehead feels a bit cooler, or your shoulders drop a fraction of an inch. That tiny, almost invisible shift, that is your interoception at work, catching the exact moment your body registers safety. Bringing it all home with Section 4, your nervous system state, matching sound to state. Now, it's really important to realize that interoception isn't some magic on-off switch. Relaxation matters even without tingles. ASMR is highly useful for sleep, stress relief, and emotional settling. Getting to that calm state is incredibly valid, and it's totally backed by science. So even if you don't feel massive, sweeping physical waves, achieving a gentler nervous system is still a huge win for your health. So the crucial point is this quote right here. ASMR is not just about finding the perfect sound. It is about matching the sound to the state of your nervous system. This makes so much sense, right? Some nights you're wired and your body might crave the fast, unpredictable rhythm of heavy tapping. Other nights, it just needs the slow, rhythmic comfort of a soft whisper. Or sometimes it just needs total silence. The more you tune into your interoception, the better you get at giving your body exactly what it needs right in that specific moment. We've talked a lot about how your brain listens to your body and how that internal map shapes literally everything you feel. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this to chew on. Where do your ASMR tingles start first? Is it your scalp, your neck, maybe your shoulders or spine, or somewhere completely different? Next time you listen, pay attention to that first gentle knock on the door of your nervous system. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep exploring those amazing connections within your own body.